Hi, y'all. This is Charity from F.R.O.G Crochet. I will try to read this the best I can. But our devotional is This is the Place of Love. These moments when you set aside time to seek my face and know my heart are my delight. Your quiet moments are my treasure, for this is when I can pour my love into you and share my strength with you. Here is the place I free you of anxiety and care. Here, in the calm of my presence. Are you weary? Linger with me in this quiet place of my love. You will be amazed at the miracle of mercy that comes to you. You will be astounded astounded by how my spirit refreshes and empowers you. Today I release you my gift of encouragement. Let it flood your being and saturate every dry place. It will strengthen you inside and out. I am the God of battles who has won the victory for you, both today and forever. When you are weak, I will make you strong. As your days are, so will your strength be. And the secret of my strength is found in the secret place of my endless, tangible love. Encouragement from heaven will be your portion, filling you with hope this day. This is the place you belong. This is the place of my love. And the verse is whenever my busy thoughts are out of control and soothing comfort of your presence calmed me down and overwhelmed me with delight. And that is Psalm chapter 94, verse 19. I don't see anybody in the chat yet, which it don't surprise me because Ivy is live right now, and so is Dawn. And I think Little Treasures by Nancy just popped up. Yeah, I see. Okay. I just see that Dawn is live right now. I thought I seen that Ivy was live, but here we go. Let's see. Go back to my channel. That way I can read the chat if anybody comes in. Please. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I can read the chat maybe. Alright. One of the projects that I had going on, which Connie had got me to work on, was this duster. And I got it finished just before Easter. And that was my goal, to get it finished for myself for Easter. This is what the front looks like. I've got the sleeves. It does have the bell sleeves. And I had to order some other yarn to where I could finish the sleeves, but I do have, with ordering it the way I did, I was able to have my sleeves matching. I did tie it. However, I did not do the ties the way The lady that did this pattern had hers. I came up with my own way of tying it. I went from the inside of the ruffles. She kind of went from out here and did her ties on the outside of these shells. But I kind of liked having this with the ruffly look here, and now it don't want to sit the way it should. Oh well. Anyway, but I only did two. But this is the back, and I almost made it too long for myself. I was almost walking on it. There's the back, and I'm only 5'1", and this thing pretty much comes down to my feet. But this is the Lotus Blossom duster, and I cannot remember of course this is too big for little stitches because she is very petite and I am not. So, and some of you know that I was working on a baby dress. Connie made one of these as well. I did this one. I used Red Heart It's a Wrap yarn, and it took me almost 4 cakes for my size to make this. But I will try to put it in the description box for the duster, and I will give you guys a link to this particular lady. Now, she don't normally do baby dresses. She usually does a lot of like centerpieces, tablecloths, doily type stuff because she uses thread yarn to do a lot of her projects. And she said the only reason why she did the dress was because that a friend of hers that was in her some kind of crochet club thing that they have was going to have a grandchild pretty soon, but she didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl at the time when she came up with this pattern. And then later she found out that the lady was going to have a grandson, but she said, well, maybe later on down the road she might get a granddaughter and she might be able to make this for her. But she did put a tutorial out for it, and it is just beautiful. I love it. She has another one. This one is the 1 to 2 year old dress. The other dress is 6 months to 1 year old. And I am planning on making that one as well. It's a totally different pattern than this one. This one actually is a pineapple stitch at the bottom of the dress. This is the dress. And now she put some kind of ribbon on hers with some flowers. I just used what ribbon I had, and I don't know, my camera's not showing that that's green, but that is a green ribbon. And only other yellow I had was a really pale yellow, and I didn't think that it would. Oops, there we go. You can see the pineapples. And that's the back. I just put simple buttons on the back. That's supposed to be a 1 to 2 year old dress. Now she used a 3 weight or a number. What is it? A number 3, not a 3 weight, but a number 3 thread instead of a 10. I could not find a 3 in this locally in a yellow color. I could find like a pink, a really bright red. I could find black. might have been a blue, I'm not sure, but I couldn't find any yellow. So I used a 10 on this thread, but what I did is I doubled the threads to make it thicker. So it's all 100% cotton. And this one is all Hobby Lobby yarn. This one is, I don't know, this one was thick, seemed really thick for a 3, but I think they did it. I think theirs was the Hobby Lobby for this one was like an 8. But to me, it seemed like it was chain spun type stitching with this. It wasn't your standard cotton yarn or thread. And then, of course, your regular twisted. But anyway, this, even doubling this, it is a little bit thinner. But because this was so thick, I didn't want to make this that heavy. Because this top part is kind of heavy. But that's the dress. And with the leftover yellow, because I used 2, I had just enough to finish this, except for the border piece. But I did do one of her doily patterns. And this could be either, I need to block it. I haven't blocked it yet. That's why it's so wonky right now. But I will try to block this soon. You can either use this as a centerpiece on a table, or you can use it for like a very small little side table cloth. But she's listed it as a vintage pineapple centerpiece / table cover or tablecloth. But those are the 3 things that I have so far that are crocheted that I have finished. And I just thought, well, since I had so much of this yellow left over, I would make one of her doilies. I didn't know what else to do because I didn't have enough to do another dress. Because I actually used 2 full things of, I think 2.5 with them doubled together. So about 2.5 of the yellow for the dress. So I definitely didn't have enough to do another dress. So I just did one of her smaller. I think she's got some smaller doilies than that, but a lot of her projects are very big. She does have like table runners and stuff like this. But she puts out a lot of doily stuff. Like I said, she does have this particular dress, and she does have another baby dress as well. I will put her link in the description box for this as well. Now, I do have some that's not yarn related that I have done. That another craft that I like to do, and that is diamond paintings. And I did this for my sister-in-law, or one of them, because she likes these little guys. Her birthday is coming up soon, and I figured I would give it to her for her birthday, so she can have it to be able to put it up for Christmas this year, instead of giving it to her at Christmas time, and then she can't put it up till after Christmas. So, but I love the little fox over here, little snow fox. He's so cute. That took a little bit of time to do. I do have another one that's finished, but I can't show it right now. I will have to show it another day. And this one I just did get finished today. Uh-oh. Glass came out of that. Alright, that was hard to get in there. Right, let me fix that real quick. Set it over here. Trying to get that glass to stay in that frame is not the greatest. Alright, I finished this one today. After I got this finished and we had dinner, I finished up sewing the ends in on the dress and the doily, and I put buttons on the dress. The ribbon was already on the dress and I just had to tie it. But anyway, I finished this today. And my plans for this one is to frame it and, sorry, I should, and I should end up shutting onto there. I'm going to frame this and put this in the classroom at church, the kids' classroom. And when I was doing this, now down here in this corner, actually shows you what it's supposed to look like, but it doesn't have that cross right there. Wrong direction. There we go. It doesn't have this little cross in this picture, so that one was a little surprise to me. And I actually started there and worked my way up. And I loved doing this one because just watching this come together as I put it together, you could kind of see the colors, but when you put the actual little, I don't know what they call them, the little bead things on here, I think they call them drills, you could actually see more of the details of the hands come on there, and then like the hair and the thorns. I just now noticed that was thorns on his head right there. I didn't notice it when I was doing it. It's kind of up close. You can't really see the details as good as you can like here. This actually gives it a good picture on here. But I did finish that today, and that will be going in the kids' Sunday school room. And that one actually says it's a 30 by 40, and it is pretty much a true 30 by 40 for the design itself. The other one said 30 by 40, but that's including the extra piece all around it, because this is a 30 by 40 picture frame centimeters. It's actually a 12 by 16 picture frame. So that's why I have the ribbon on there to cover up the other border stuff. But I laid this over there with this, and it literally, from here where all the drills are at, literally is a 12 by 16 from top to bottom and across. So I will have to do some trimming to get this one fit in the frame. But that will be going to be in the Sunday school clips. I believe I've talked enough on here. I know it's a short one, and some of y'all like to watch short ones. I have not done a whole lot because of Easter and stuff going on, and we're trying to get some stuff done here at the house too. I've been trying to get some stuff together to do a yard sale. Been getting the kids to kind of clean out toy box and get rid of some old toys. As little man was cleaning out the toy box, and he brought down these little foam ABCs that he had when he was a toddler. I thought we had thrown all of them away, but apparently he found a few in the toy box. So, but anyway, there was a few of the big, huge Lego, big Lego things for the toddlers. There was only a couple of those. I'd already gotten rid of most of them. So he's like, well, why don't we just take them to the church? And I'm like, church has already got enough. Oh, we're good on that. So, we just, because there was only two of them, I just throw them away. So, but anyway, trying to weed stuff out and everything. And hopefully I can get some stuff. I've got some stuff I got 1 or 2 boxes of stuff from the attic. And then my husband had got me a set of dishes a while back for one of our anniversaries. I can't remember which one. But anyway, it was still in the box, and it had been sitting in our room in the box for a while. I just decided I was going to put those out and get rid of my old one, the old set. So, and there's a few of those that broke along the way. So it's not. It actually was two complete sets, um, but there's one full set and some partials, extras. So I might be able to sell it. I don't know. At least somebody would have a full set for four people, and a few extras for somebody. Oh, hey Zach. I was just gonna get ready to go walk, but I guess since you're here, um, this was the diamond painting when I was talking to you the other night on your in your chat. This was the diamond painting I had been working on and took a break from. I actually finished it today, so I will show you that real quick. I got that done today. And this was another one I had got done. My light keeps glaring on it. This one I had done a while back, but I had just finally got it framed. I did actually put the diamond sealer stuff on this one. It kind of does make it a little bit shinier. I don't know if you could tell. It might be a little bit picking up over here. It's showing up a little bit shinier. But I did put the sealer stuff on that. Um, yeah, I love that one too. I actually got that one. I'm gonna put that in the kids' classroom. And then you missed the dress. I did get the baby dress done. There's the baby dress. I don't know. That does not look like it's a that looks like maybe 3-year-old. Can you tell that that's green in there? Because in mine it does not look like it's green on the ribbon. But that is a kind of a lime green color on the ribbon. But I did get the insert in, and I got the button sewed on. But that looks like a 3-year-old, not a 1 to 2-year-old to me. But and then because I had leftover of the yellow, I went ahead and done a doily. I was left of that. But that's only single. This one actually is single threaded. The skirt part of this is double threaded because the thread yarn was supposed to be a 3 up here, and this is a 3. This was not. These were 10s, and that was the only one I could find in a yellow to work. So I had to double that. So this is 1.5 things of a number 10, and that's doubled. And so I only had half. So basically, this was one thing of a number 10 to do this. And I could not find my white anywhere, and I found some really thin that I had gotten at a consignment shop. And no, not consignment, secondhand shop kind of thing. Kind of like Goodwill, but it's a place that they clean out estates and resell the stuff. But anyway, she had some really thin white, and it's about a 3. But I figured if you use it as a table cover for like a little small side table, it might help weight that down around the edges so it'll drape around the table. Or I am planning on blocking it because it does kind of get droopy in places. So I haven't blocked it yet because I just did get the ends sewed in before I went live. So And then I got this done. This is a duster. Connie was an enabler on this one. Connie from Just Another Stitch, she had told me that she was making one of these. This is the Lotus Blossom Duster. I did get it done right before Easter. I actually literally stayed up late that Saturday night getting this, just the tie pieces done. Um, but I did do the bell sleeves, and I had to order some yarn to get this finished. But in ordering it, I was able to get my sleeves to match. Um, and this is the back of it. I'll have to lift it up. Uh, that's the back of it. And this just does, if I wore heels with this, it would have been better when I wore it Sunday. But because we had sunrise service and we were going to be over in grass and had to do quite a bit of walking, I wore flats, and this actually was dragging almost to the ground. My husband said that it was right at my heels. Actually, a few times I think I got tangled up in it because it got around in front of me, in front of my feet. But, oh, and it's a little big on little stitches here. This is my co-host here. Little stitches. That's what I named my mannequin here. This is little stitches. And Miss Kitty is in here. She's my daughter. She's the one that said hello to you. She loves your idea of the peanut butter and pickles sandwiches. You're the one that got her hooked on them, Zach.
It grosses you out.
I know. They're nasty. He says they're delicious.
Very much so.
Yeah, he says, yes, I was happy to have you in my life. Well, thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. I know it. I try to catch you sometimes. I actually, not long after you got off, I went to bed. I did do the cleaning at church, but Little Man's Mile Club got canceled because we had rain today. So I didn't do that, but I did a little over 5,000 steps today cleaning. So, and I did have to go to all 3 floors to clean today. So I did a lot of walking already. But I was kind of looking forward to trying to go get some more steps in. But hopefully next week we will get to do. Hopefully we don't get rained out next week. So anyway, oh yes, Zach, today you probably would have laughed at me because I had gotten some rice, little packet of rice stuff. I was reading the directions to Miss Kitty on how to fix it. And I read the directions wrong with my glasses on, and I took my glasses off to read it to make sure I read it right because the print was itty bitty. I almost had to have a magnifying glass for it, but it was. I read it as that it was 1 1/4 of a cup of water and 1/4 of a cup of milk to go in it. But when I took my glasses off and actually read it, it was a cup and 3/4 of water and 1/4 of a cup of milk. So I did get the milk part right. The water, it wouldn't have been enough water. So I literally was going, did I see that right? And I went like that, and I went, ooh. Wow, I said, I'm glad I did take my glasses off to actually read that because it would have been wrong. She wouldn't have had enough water to do because she's taking, when I was in school, we called it home ec. I don't guess they call it cooking class or something like that now for her. So I told her that she could do dinner tonight, and it was pretty simple. We just did the bag of kind of almost instant rice type thing. Um, we did a can of green beans, and then we had fish cakes, or I don't. It wasn't really fish sticks. I don't remember what it's called, but they're kind of in a triangle shape things. But we baked them, and so something simple for her to do. But because I don't think she did any of her home ec today, so that would have been her home ec today. So I don't know if she got a chance to do any home ec with her aunt yesterday. Yesterday was weird. Uh, while me and little man were gone, she was over at her aunt's. Um, while we were doing our little man and I were doing our eye exams. Um, she tried to do her schoolwork, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go start her a little early," because she usually tries to start right at 8 o'clock. But she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go start a little bit early." She went in there to get signed on, and she's like, "I can't get on." I said, "What?" And she showed me the screen. It wouldn't let her log in, so something was wrong with their website. Um, and my sister-in-law was like, "That's okay. I'll just get her to help me clean cabinets out." So she helped clean some cabinets out. A lot of times she gets her to get down on the floor to get some of the lower shelves that she can't reach very well. So, and with her being smaller and more nimble, that she could reach some of the stuff better for her. But she kept checking periodically through the day, and finally, I think
Right before lunch.
yeah, I think my sister in law said right before lunch, which they take lunch about 11, so just a little bit before 11 o'clock that morning, she was finally able to sign in and try to do schoolwork. Um, and my sister in law said she took just a short lunch because she'd been so long that she couldn't get on. So she went ahead and got it done. And she was still working on it when we got done in town. So I let her stay. And then my husband picked her up after work. But were you able to get any home ec in yesterday?
Not for actually cooking. Really, all I had to do was some reading.
No. You just did some reading. Yeah. Sometimes I just let her do some reading. She has to do, what was it, an hour? 4.5 hours a day for her.
A week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not 4.5 hours a day. 4.5 hours a week for her um, credit, enough credit to do her stuff. Right. Zach says Miss Kitty needs to try ham and peanut butter next. Oh, come on, Zach. Really? She already grosses me out with peanut butter and pickles. Really?
It sounds good. Don't we have ham in the fridge?
Yes, we do have ham in the fridge. Zach, quit giving her ideas.
Oh, I'll be right back.
No, don't do it, please.
Yes. Give me a minute.
You will stink. See what you started, Zach? She's still up. She's supposed to be going to bed though, but because she's you and her actually right now, that's the only people I got right. I do have a few other moderators, but
I'm not even tired right now anyway. I can't. I'm not tired.
He says, I'm a bad influence on her. I'm sorry. LOL. Yeah, you're not sorry, are you at all? Sorry, not sorry, right? Well, I will show you one of my on the go projects. I already made one in a kind of a dusty rose pink. But this is Spring's whipped strawberries shawl, but I'm using purple this time. I bet it is. He says, so do not try bologna and peanut butter. It's nasty. And he put that in bold print.
You doing that it just makes me tempted to try it. But sadly, we don't have any bologna.
No, we don't have bologna. Anyway, this is Spring, the Fiber Enthusiast pattern. This is her whipped strawberries shawl. And this will be going to one of the ladies at church when I'm done with it. And my wonderful little stitch marker that I guess it got stepped on. Whoops. Fix that. I got that in Happy Mail. It's got my name. I do use it. I love the little bottle. Oh, Lydia came in. Hi, Lydia. Welcome in. Zach says cheese and peanut butter is okay. I'll I'll stop giving her ideas.
No, keep them coming.
Zach, she said, keep them coming.
I enjoy grossing Mom out.
Stop.
It's fun.
You're mean. Actually, this is one of the Super Saver. I'm using the Super Saver ombre in what color is this? Oh, violet. So it's the shades of purple there. That's what I got left of one skein. And that actually makes a decent size, but it's not quite big enough for a shawl yet. Because it's not very big. It's shorter than my arm span. So I do have another one ready to attach to it whenever I get this one done. Distraction. Oh, Zach said something else. I can't read it. I'm telling you, Zach, I can't see. I have to use my phone to read.
This could be worse things. She could like sardines. Lol, they're nasty. Agreed.
Well, yeah, she read it out loud. Sorry, Zach. Zach said could be worse things. She could like sardines. LOL. They're nasty. Actually, my husband and little man love sardines.
I won't touch them.
Little man will sit there and he will eat a whole can of sardines by himself and then ask for more. He absolutely loves sardines. Actually, my husband got him some for his birthday and for Christmas, I think. That little booger loves sardines. He loads it down with vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and eats it that way. And of course, always gets Cat's attention too whenever they open one of those because she likes fish. Let's see, what do you say?
I can't stand the smell either.
If my dad eats sardines, I need to leave the room. I can't stand the smell. Yeah, I don't like it either. It smells bad. But they love it. And they will, little man drowns it in vinegar. So a lot of times you smell more vinegar than you do the fish. Which actually, the fish we had tonight didn't really smell that strong. You're going yonder if you gonna eat that. Don't be standing there eating that in front of me. Gross.
It's good.
Zach, she likes it. You gave her something new to eat. Well, maybe she'll eat the rest of that ham before it goes bad. So, hey.
I'm just gonna stand right here too.
Mm-hmm. Now you got something for lunch tomorrow. Unless you eat it all tonight. Eat all the ham tonight with peanut butter.
I mean, that's a good toss. I don't think we have enough bread for that.
You don't have enough bread, okay.
Unless I make, like, holdovers, then I guess it could work.
Mm-hmm. I gotta sit up. Alright, he's got something else to tell you here. He said, try it with pickles too. Ham, pickle, and peanut butter. I don't know if we got any pickles open right now.
Well, I thought I had some in the fridge.
We might. I don't know. I really don't. She says good idea.
We do have some in the fridge.
And she found some pickles in the refrigerator. So now she's going to add pickles to it. I'm a bad influence, lol. At least on her for food, yes. She eats some weird stuff like her daddy does. But now I think I don't know. He won't try the peanut butter and pickles, will he? Now, his sister says that she will eat peanut butter and sweet pickles, but not dill pickles. Miss Kitty eats it with dill pickles. I'm not a big fan of sweet pickles. But we don't usually have we rarely have sweet pickles in the house. Now, the little sweet gherkins, the little bitty pickles, once in a while, I'll eat those. But if I'm going to have pickles, it's going to be the dill pickles.
Little man loves sweet pickles.
Yeah, I know. That little man likes anything sweet. I think he's done finished off all the little Debbie snacks.
Most likely. I like sweets too, but I don't go through them that fast.
He says, I think we scared Lydia away. I hope not.
Put pickles on it.
See, I really am looking forward to getting those glasses. I really hope they do help me. I know it makes me feel old now that I'm going to have bifocals. But I am kind of looking forward to it because I might be able to read better.
It just got even better.
That she said it got even better now that she added the pickles on there. She likes it even more. Okay, got enough. Thought I had too many stitches there.
Yeah, I've noticed I'm a really strange person because I don't like trying new things that are considered normal. But when it comes to strange combinations.
Yeah, like mayonnaise on stuff. You won't eat that.
I don't like mayonnaise.
She's weird.
I don't like mustard either.
I'm not a big fan of mustard either. She don't like sour cream. She don't like cream cheese unless it's flavored cream cheese. Yeah, see, Zach, I scare him away. I don't kick him out the window. I'm picking with you. Are you still there? I think I lost Zach too. Yeah, he had somebody on his live last night, and he accidentally kicked her out the window. What we call kick him out the window. She shared a pattern on the screen, or shared it with Zach, and he was trying to take it off the screen, and he ended up taking the picture of the pattern, and kicked her off too at the same time, both of them. And then all of a sudden he disappeared.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I think I lost him. Well, I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. But maybe next time I will have my, I don't know, they didn't really give me, let's see, Little Man, they gave me about 4 weeks. Oh, there's Lydia. Oh, Lydia's still here. Little Man did need a different prescription. The eye doctor, it's weird because the other eye doctor we went to said that his left eye was okay, but it needed a little bit of prescription. He had a little bit of stigmatism in it, but his right eye was really bad that he definitely needed glasses because of that eye. But this new doctor that we went to yesterday said that he had 20/20 vision in his left, and his right eye was the worst one. And I don't know, it may be, she said he had something called, I can't remember, it started with an A anyway, but it was because his left eye is compensating for his right eye being bad, that it's causing that. So he really don't need a prescription in his left eye. He's just, I guess it's just a lens there because, when you got glasses, you gotta have two. Can't walk around with one lens and one without a lens. So, okay, Lydia said, okay, she said my phone died, so now I'm on my laptop. Okay, sorry, Lydia. I had to take my glasses off to read it. I can't see it. They, me and Little Man both had an eye exam yesterday, and they, my eyesight has changed so much, and my prescription needs to be stronger. That she did say that with it needing to be stronger now, that I probably would need bifocals, and because they asked me about that, if I was having to take my glasses off to see anything up close and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I said, I do. Sometimes I don't take them off for reading. Sometimes if it's large enough print, I can see it, but this is really tiny print, and some other stuff is tiny print. I have to take my glasses off to read it. And doing the diamond paintings, I had to take my glasses off. If it wasn't for the fact that they were so teeny tiny little small spots and symbols that I probably could see them with my glasses, but it's just, I don't know, with my glasses on, it's just a big glare and it just all blurs together. So I have to take my glasses off, and then I'm sitting there like this, and it's like, my head down like this, and projects here, and I'm sitting there. That's why I don't film me doing any diamond paintings, because I have to get so close to it just to be able to see it. But she showed me um, what it would look like if I had bifocals, and she's like, if you have bifocals, you should be able to see like this. And she flipped the thing a few times, and I went, oh, wow, I can actually read that. Because it was like 3 or 4 paragraphs, and she asked me to try to read whichever one I can see comfortably enough to read with my glasses, the prescription because she set the thing for the prescription that I had. Um, and she's like, can you, how far down can you read comfortably? I only got to the second paragraph that I could, because they different fonts, the top one was a little bit larger, and then it went down to really teeny tiny print. And when she set it to the bifocal thing, oh my goodness, I could even read the itty bitty teeny tiny print. I was like, oh wow, I could read the bottom, which was the fourth or fifth paragraph down with those. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, are you sure you don't want to do that? And she showed me that. I said, oh yeah, we're gonna go with the bifocals, because that definitely will probably make a world of difference. So and they've been making fun of me too, so, because honestly, I think they would consider me legally blind without my glasses, because I cannot see. The kids, when I'm sitting here doing my diamond paintings, they're coming here, Mom, look at this, look at this. I'm like, I can't see. Hold on. I have to get my glasses. Okay. And the other day, little man kept running in here. Mom, look. I was like, you do know that if I look at you right now, I'm not going to be able to see what you're showing me. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. And he took off running. He's like, yeah, I forgot that you take your glasses off to do that. So, it's a silly little boy. Mine's supposed to be what they call the progressive ones that don't have the lines in them. And mine will be the lineless ones. I hope it don't cause a headache. I'm hoping that it will actually help me. And I know that a lot of people say it does take a little bit of time to get used to. I think my mom was saying she's got bifocals, and it took her a little bit to get used to them, but she's got a new prescription. She don't think that they did them right. Careful with them. Well, yeah. The place that we went and got the place where we got the eye exam done, so I had to go to a new doctor, because the doctor we'd went to see, I saw 2 years ago. Little man seen him last year. Um, he retired at the end of last year. So he seen him during the summertime last year, but that was only because we just needed to get him some new glasses for school. Um, but anyway, the place we went to get new ones, um, I didn't find any frames that I liked. Now the insurance would only pay on the frames themselves up to $200, and a lot of the ones they had were, there wasn't very many that was under 200. Um, but if I got the lenses, just the lenses alone, what I would have had to pay out of pocket that the insurance wouldn't pay for them to do them, because they did custom lenses there, would have been $233 for just the lenses. And then if I had gotten a shoot a frames from them, that it would have been, I did pick a few that I kind of liked but not really. um those would have been free. They, the insurance would have paid for that part of those. But the other ones that felt better, they didn't really look that great, but they felt better. Uh, the frame itself was $400 and something. I would have paid, because it was, what was it? They paid up to $200 on the frames, and then like 20% of the extra. So my part would have been like $165 plus $233 for the lenses. And but I said I didn't find any frames that I really liked. And so I was like, well, can I just at least get a printout of my prescription? I said I would like to try to get some other pricing, um, if I can, or even just maybe find some other frames that I like better. And I did. I found some at Walmart, and it was a whole lot cheaper. Because that would have been, what I said. I was like almost $400 for a pair of glasses, if not. Well, yes, yeah, almost $400 for a pair of glasses from them, and then, and that was out of pocket for me to have to pay. Um, Now, little man's, because his was pretty much covered other than the copay, which was like $25. Um, I went ahead and got his there, because I just had to pay the copay. They paid for the rest of it. Um, and if I had gotten his at Walmart, it would have been the same way, just $25 for the copay for his glasses. But anyway, I did find a pair that I really, really, really liked at Walmart, and the insurance covered 100% of the frames itself, and my cost out of pocket for the lenses ended up being $142.93. So I was like, yay! So I was glad I went with them. So, and um, she didn't give me an estimated time of when they were going to come in. Uh, Now, Little Man's, they said about 4 weeks, but um, but they would call me when they come in. So yes, I was glad, and I had told my daughter, I said, let's see, 142. Let's say round it up to $143 for a pair of glasses. Frames mainly was what I was after, but something I would like. or pay about $400 for a pair of glasses that I'm not going to care for. Which one should I go for? Yeah, let's go with this one. I like this one, and that's what I'm going to go with. And it felt comfortable too. The way they fit on my face better. One of the ones that I was looking at that the insurance would have paid for, uh, fully on the frames, they were really snug through here. And one of the things I have to watch for too with getting glasses, which is I absolutely hate. I love having the metal frames, but I have to have these earpieces coated with plastic because I have a metal allergy. I'm allergic to metals. And I have had glasses where it's metal, where it's like partially plastic here, but then metal here. And then I would end up with the coating that they put on the metal, or even the paint that they put on the metal, would come off. And then I'd end up with sores. And I tried, I even put clear fingernail polish. This one, the lady said, well, but some people put clear fingernail polish on it. I've tried that. It only lasts for maybe a week or two, and then my sweat will eat it away, and then I end up with another sore again. So, um, and I don't like the fully plastic, frames. And I actually really like these that don't have the metal piece here. This has that little thin, clear, kind of like fishing wire type stuff, or fishing line thing. And actually, the ones that I got actually have, my new ones will have that as well. That's a good. Oh, Lydia asked how you are, Zach. Okay. What's apples got to do with anything, Zach? Lydia says, my Walmart in my town, they don't have eye doctor place in it. Yeah, not a lot of them do. There's some other places. So the one I went to is a 30-minute drive from here. They actually do. The other one that's 30 minutes from here, they don't have an eye doctor place in it. Which they have glasses now still, but their eye doctor that they had retired, and they're looking for another eye doctor to come in. But they've got to find somebody that's willing to work with Walmart too as well. So um I don't think the one that's an hour drive from here has one either. Or, well, actually, that one I think's more of a 45-minute drive, and then you got the one that's an hour away. But yeah, not very many of the Walmarts anymore do have it. But because this one is actually set up for it, uh, they try to keep one there. And I think a lot of the reason why they had one there was because at that time when they first put it in, there wasn't very many eye doctors in the area, and the I guess they had one that was willing to come in and work for them and be there. But now I think there's at least two in town, so we went to one of the two that was in town. And an odd place for it to be is actually right next to the DMV in town. So, hey, if you fail your vision test for your driver's license, you can go next door and see the eye doctor next door. How convenient. Because that's how I found out that I couldn't see was when I was trying to learn how to drive. Um, learners. I grew up in Missouri, and the learner's permit was, you had the very first one, you had to take the written and do the vision and the sign test, and you could get a 6-month permit. If that expired, you could renew it and just have to do, you didn't have to redo the written, you just had to pass the road sign, vision and road sign part, and then they would renew it. But if you needed it renewed again for another 6 months after a year was up, that you had to take the written again and do the road sign and, vision. Well, I wanted to do a little bit longer before I took the actual driving test. So I had to go take it again. And I couldn't pass. Within a year's time, I could not pass the vision test. And so I couldn't get my permit renewed again until I went and seen the eye doctor. And yeah, I've been having to have glasses since then. So since I was about 17, 18, because I didn't go. I was a chicken. I didn't want to learn how to drive. Mom had to force me. She's like, you're going to take the test. Whether you pass it or not, you're going to go do it. You're going to get your permit and you're going to learn how to drive. So I got forced into learning how to drive. Miss Kitty, I don't know how she feels about learning how to drive or not, but her daddy's been getting her to learn how to here and there. It's kind of in the backyard, just kind of letting her drive around. But he's actually trying to get her to learn how to do stick shift first, or 5-speed, or manual, however you want to say it. I call them 3 pedals. But he's getting her to learn how to drive one of those first before he really lets her do the automatic. Because automatic's much easier. But because I partially learned how to drive a 5-speed. Halfway through learning how to drive, I was learning how to drive on a 5-speed. And then we ended up getting rid of 5 speeds and went to a family van, which was automatic, and ended up taking my driving test with the said family van. And let me tell you, trying to parallel park a van is not fun. And the guy passed me on that parallel parking because he told me, he's like, he said, if this was a small car, you would have been able to pass that because you did everything that the manual says to do for a small car. The manual, on the other hand, does not tell you how to parallel park a truck or van, and it's a different approach to do it. So he said, had it been a car, I would have been able to parallel park it because he said I would have done just perfect on that. So he went ahead past me because he said the manual does not tell you how to parallel park a big, huge van. So I didn't fully learn how to do a manual to be able to drive it by myself until several years ago. Because we were down to, that's all we had here to drive. Because I hit a deer with my car and it was still at the shop. I think it was I think it just got done and we hadn't finalized the paperwork or something. Anyway, so I was driving my husband's truck, and this was the night before Thanksgiving. I was coming home, and a big, huge buck stepped out in front of me, and I hit him. And then his truck had to be fixed. So that left me with his little car, which was a manual. And I had a crash course on how to drive it in one night, and then had to drive it by myself the next day to get to work. That was terrible. By the time I got to work, I was shaking like a leaf. And my husband's like, you know how, because you were learning. I said, I never drove it by myself without somebody telling me when to shift. He's like, well, you know how to drive it? I know. I said, no. I only did that because of necessity. I ain't going to do it again. Ain't happening. Even the guys at work, I worked at Walmart in the shop. I worked in the garage at the Walmart, and I would tell them, for a long time, I was like, I'd try. They'd all go get the next car for me, pull it in, and I'd go out there and then open the door. And I'd say, nope, that one's got 3 pedals. I'd come back in. I'd hand them the key. I said, that one's yours. I said, that one has 3 pedals. Some of them got used to me saying saying that. A few people, when they were new, they were like, huh? What do you mean 3 pedals? 3 pedals on the floor and a stick in the middle. Oh, you mean a manual? Yeah, that's what I said. 3 pedals. I don't drive 3 pedal. I drive a car that has 2. That's it. Y'all pull that one in. And they're like, but then they're like, oh, okay, I get it. There is 3 pedals in the floor. But I think they're referring to that you only use 2 at a time. But no, I call them 3 pedals because there's literally 3 pedals in the floor. So that's why I call it a 3 pedal car or a 3 pedal truck, whichever. I don't. And they even tried to get me. I said, nope. No. I said, Walmart does not have enough insurance for me to drive one of those cars. That I said, I'm not going to do like one of the guys did and think he had it in reverse and he had it in first. It was in first gear, not reverse. And he popped the clutch and he, had it and let go of the clutch and hit the gas, and up over the curve he went and into a tree with a customer's car. I said, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't getting fired for wrecking somebody's car. And I'm not gonna mess up somebody's car. I said, nope. So now if it was my car, and that'd be another story. But somebody else's car, I said, no, not me. Y'all are more experienced with that. Y'all pull it in. Had a lot going on. Yeah, that year I did. That was several years ago. I've not been at Walmart now for almost 4 years now. It was actually no, because this would be 4 years, wouldn't it? Because I had to stay home. Let's see, stayed home with Miss Kitty and little man. Miss Kitty was 6th grade. Last year we did, or then after that we did homeschool for 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. Yeah, been going for 4 years over there now. So And a lot of people ask me if I miss it. Eh, I miss my friends, but a lot of them are gone now. They either got dismissed from the job for some reason or another, or they left on their own. Um, and I do miss some of the customers that I got to know and became friends with. But occasionally I get to see them because I still go up there and shop some. So I kind of get to see them once in a while. But I do miss that. Uh, don't miss the stress of working there because I was very stressed out with working there. It's not fun getting fussed at when somebody else messes up a vehicle and the customer comes to the person at the counter or the person out there writing up the services and starts chewing them out and not the technician. So, and then by the time you get a manager, they start getting nicer to the manager. So I was like, no, y'all don't pay me enough to stand here and get cussed out. This is so I really don't miss that at all. I've been on here for over an hour and I wasn't going to stay on here very long. So I guess it is almost midnight. It is way past Miss Kitty's bedtime and she is still up. So I'm going to hop off of here. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed week. I hope that I can get on here before. I hope it ain't another 2 weeks before I get on here because it's been about 2 weeks since I was last on here. It was good to see you too, Lydia. Thank you for coming in and chat. Glad to have you. And I got it right this time. Not Linda, it's Lydia. So I told you, I can't read these things. Glad I'm going to get some new glasses so I can read. All right, well, I'm going to hop off here. Bye, y'all. Have a good one.